Okay, so we're recording. And hello again. So I'll be discussing one of the tools that Blue assigned to me yesterday, and it's called InfusionSoft. It's not in our course outline, but it's still a very interesting tool, so you know what the future of CRM is. Okay, and to introduce, this is Mike Jobs. Mike Jobs, he's a small businessman, and let's see what he's selling today. He says, you have an iPhone? You should try my Blueberry. Okay, so he's got a product, right? The way that our real estate clients have their products. And in this case, Mr. Jobs, he's trying to sell a product that we know absolutely nothing about. So how is he going to get it from his factory or where he is to us? Okay. As you know, in business, there's small businesses, there are large businesses. So we have Steve Jobs. I'm not sure how he's related to Mike Jobs, but that's what we're going to go into. Leading into InfusionSoft. So for small businesses, of course, they want to make money, and to level the playing field for small businesses, the way that big businesses have all those resources, we come up with, well, there's a company, and they have a product called InfusionSoft. What is it? It's the complete e-commerce business tool. And what can it do? It can attract customers. It can automate marketing. It can close the sale. And it can also actually help sell your product online. So this is what Mike Jobs needs so that Callie can be buying a Blueberry in 6 months, right? She can throw away her iPhone. Okay, just 2 seconds, guys. Back. Okay. So how are we going to how I'm going to explain to you what InfusionSoft is to compare a conventional business to an e-commerce business and how small businesses are fighting back against the larger businesses. So the first thing that InfusionSoft uses, and Tiger Leads does make use of this as well as Market Leader and eEdge, is marketing intelligence. Okay, marketing intelligence, there you go, shimmering in the background. Marketing intelligence uses tracking codes in social media, email, and web pages to track the behavior of anyone interested in a product or service to gain a measure of intent. So the reason why small businesses now are a lot more successful is because of e-commerce, right? Whereas in the past, let's say you had Bench who wanted to know who out there is going to buy my t-shirt. They go to an ad agency and they tell the ad agency, look, I'm going to throw you 5 million pesos, come up with a campaign, put someone in as the model, put in, Georgina Wilson, posing in a bra and panties, and, tell everyone, let me know who out there is willing to buy what Georgina is wearing. So that's, how we used to do it maybe 5-10 years ago, but now we're doing it via e-commerce because practically everybody is online. They're using Twitter, they're using Google+, you've got Instagram, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook. Okay, so once Mike Jobs has determined, aha, there is someone out there who's willing to buy my Blueberry, what's he going to do next? He is going to market his product. And in the past, you still have the ad agencies who will be doing the marketing as part of their campaign to make sure that, one, if you're looking at the funnel right there at the bottom middle of the screen, first you have to make what your possible market aware of your product, and then you have to make sure that, your campaign is so good they become interested, right? And then they will actually eventually commit. Kelly will run out and buy the BlueBerry and throw her BlackBerry away, throw her iPhone away, once she becomes interested. Now, in this day and age, the way small businesses are making you aware of what their product is through automated marketing. So how does that work? Automated, there it is, shimmering in the background again. Marketing automation has a focus on moving leads from the top of the marketing funnel through to becoming sales-ready leads at the bottom of the funnel. Now, we're familiar with this in the real estate concept or aspect, in that, it's leads becoming contacts, right? With if, let's say, you have a product, they're going from leads to contacts, in that it's leads who may possibly be interested, aware of your product, to actually becoming sales-ready leads willing to buy. Okay, so once we've marketed our product and we found our audience, we found Kelly, what are we going to do next? So for Mike Jobs, he probably actually has a factory somewhere, or he's getting his blueberries processed somewhere. So at this stage, he actually has an operations department. And I know that we all come from the call center industry, and we all were in the operations team, or, so with the operations department, there's a lot of things that go on there. You've got people coming in, logging in. You need a system that actually records the fact that people log in, log out, and then you've got your workforce made up again of other people who determine how many calls should go to how many agents, right? So Mike Jobs, at his factory, he's got all those things going on as well. And, in the past, this is usually handled by people, but with InfusionSoft, they have actually found a way to automate your workflow or your workforce, if not all of it, then at least a large part of it. So what does that mean? The advanced workflow automation, it encompasses automation of internal marketing processes. These include budgeting, planning, workflow, approvals, the marketing calendar, internal collaboration, digital asset creation and management, and essentially everything that supports the operational efficiency of the internal marketing function. So from, just, the generation of your leads or your possible market to actually them becoming interested to your marketing, now it actually extends to your business operations. If you guys remember from eEdge, the My Transaction screen, this is, very, very similar to that, just applied to more of a conventional business model. In this case, it's Mike Jobs, his factory producing the blueberries, or maybe he's getting them from China, I don't know. But we're going now into the business operations part. This is what is fantastic about InfusionSoft. The CRM tools that we've looked at so far, in terms of Top Producer and Tiger Leads and Boomtown, they're actually geared towards real estate. But, I think the reason that Blue wanted me to discuss this with you is for you to actually see that it can extend into conventional business. I'm not really sure if there are a lot of real estate companies that use InfusionSoft, but certainly a lot of the small businesses do so. And, I can even see that it's actually easy to tailor it to, let's say, a smaller size realtor, perhaps. So why should you get InfusionSoft?
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So why should you buy it? And, actually it's really hard to get material on InfusionSoft. But the reasons why you should get it, and there are a lot of reasons why you should get it. One, it has, the same as our CRM tools, customer data organization and storage. Demand generation, which is different from lead generation, because here we're actually trying to sell a product, as opposed to generating contacts and leads. But it also does have lead management, scoring or qualifying your lead as to what they might be interested in, because we have that feature for top producer, for even for Tiger leads. We've got lead nurturing, which is actually quite new. Again, lead generation qualification. Now, from on eEdge, if you remember from My Marketing, that tab, we had the pre-made campaigns where you can just pull it up and then just, and just sort of, tailor make your campaign to your new listings or whatever. We have here on InfusionSoft, you don't just pull out pre-made campaigns, but you can actually build your campaign from the ground up, right? And it's also got campaign analysis, okay? It's got the management of your existing market campaigns. So Mike Jobs can actually, manage the campaign that he has built for his blueberries, so that he can, if he feels that it's not actually reaching the audience that he wants, he can manage it that way. You've got sales effectiveness. It's got tools to actually, or records to actually tell you if your marketing campaign is effective and is generating those sales. For InfusionSoft, the company that does sell it, they have 24/7 sales reps, and they also have a 24/7 chat line. Once you buy the product, you will be coached on how to use it, and even after you're coached, you still have tutorials and help documents in case you run into any problems getting, using InfusionSoft for your business. I've looked at a few reviews on InfusionSoft, and a lot of the small business owners say that it's user-friendly. You can easily navigate it, and if you remember the tab from yesterday on eEdge, on My Emails, you've got your email templates, right? But InfusionSoft goes the extra step in that you can actually formulate your email templates, and by doing that, you can eliminate a lot of the HTML codes that you have to pick up from PhotoBucket and things like that. For me, that was really confusing at the onset when I watched the Craigslist videos where you actually have to import the HTML codes in that. And whereas eEdge, you have to have that KW Realty email to actually, be feeding your contacts into the system and updating their information. And if you have an alternate email address, you have to feed it into eEdge so that it's connected to, eEdge itself. But with InfusionSoft, actually on eEdge, it does allow you, I think, to it's limited the number of alternate email addresses you can put into the system. But with InfusionSoft, no, you can maintain a lot of email addresses that you can send to or reply from. It doesn't necessarily generate like an InfusionSoft email. You can actually have it connected to your Gmail, your Yahoo, or whatever email address you have. And also, it has an easy search function. Once you're using it for your small business, and the data cleanup function is really unique. I'm not sure if you're one of those, because I'm one of those people where the emails really build up for me, and then I have to actually set aside a day to clean out my inbox. But with InfusionSoft, you don't have to do that. It's got that automatic data cleanup function, which I believe you can actually customize. And I actually checked on the website. InfusionSoft, the great thing about them is they actually encourage you to be part of their community. They have a lot of events. The way that Market Leader has their webinars, InfusionSoft has that sort of thing as well, and even more, because they encourage small business owners to actually get together and meet up, do business with each other, that sort of thing. The thing with InfusionSoft that is also very different from the other CRM tools. It runs 24/7, right? With your eEdge, your Market Leader Pro, it's when you guys log in, right, and you check your leads that it actually updates the information and all that. But with InfusionSoft, no, it's like the Energizer Bunny. It just goes on and on and on. And when it's running 24/7, it also means there's 24/7 sales generation for your product. So let's say if you're in the US and you're asleep, someone who's buying your product in Australia, right, that's still being recorded. And when you do follow-ups, we also have follow-ups for, like, for example, for Boomtown and Tiger Leads, Top Producer. But it's sometimes it's your client who's gonna give you a template of emails. Oh, send the introductory email, do this, do that. But with InfusionSoft, you can actually have follow-ups, usually online or because it is e-commerce that actually have personalized content. So there are a lot of reasons why you should get InfusionSoft, especially if you're a small business owner. But you know what? I'm not just trying to sell InfusionSoft. There are, as we know, tools and better tools. I'm not sure there is competition for InfusionSoft. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You can probably actually Google that yourself. But there are also a few problems to InfusionSoft. It's not that famous, for one. So you've heard all the good things about it. So what's the ugly? Okay. First of all, InfusionSoft, you cannot buy it online. That's the reason why I had a few problems getting actually some screenshots and things like that. Not like for AC's, his is kind of chronological. This is the dashboard, then you go to this, then you go to that. It was kind of hard to get it because you actually need to call someone at InfusionSoft and talk to them and buy it. Okay. And the cost, it is expensive. The sign-up fee for InfusionSoft is $2,000. It takes you about 6 to 12 weeks to set it up. It's easy to use, but of course, it takes time to get used to it. And if, let's say, Mike Jobs, he wants his product out there, he wants to be making money, he wants to launch his product in 3 months. If you've just bought InfusionSoft, that's kind of not possible at that point. He's going to need to think about launching his Blueberry 6 months from now, or maybe even 7 months from now. In addition to the startup cost, which is $2,000, there is also a monthly cost for InfusionSoft, and it can range between $200 and $500, right? And a few of the complaints from small business owners that yes, it does have the feedback function, the way that Market Leader has like ROI. The feedback function for InfusionSoft that I actually saw is called iTrack 360 or iTracker 360. But a lot of users actually say that it's not that effective. And for Market Leader, how it really sells on their added features, which is analytics, and that comes free with Market Leader Pro. But with InfusionSoft, if you want enhanced web analytics, and that again goes to market intelligence, you need to shell out an additional $49 because they don't make it. It's done by somebody else. It's a third-party software. The other InfusionSoft is the API. A lot of the users say that it sucks because the way that it is integrated with other applications is not that great, right? And as you know, if you're doing business with, let's say, your business is trying to do business with a government, or it's trying to do business with other business owners, or with a consumer, like for example, Amazon. Amazon is practically integrated with every application out there. That's why a lot of people shop on Amazon. But one of the reasons why you haven't heard about InfusionSoft is not that well integrated with a lot of the well-known applications. It does have add-ons, like for example, Market Leader has that click on advertising or paid advertising per click on. In InfusionSoft add-ons, they cost money. Like, for example, if you want to add in generate your sales via text messaging, that's extra. It's not part of the 2000 and it's not part of the $200 to $500 a month. Okay, so all in all, the feedback on Infusionsoft is good. It can probably be tailored to a real estate business, and it could, if a realtor can afford it, they can probably tailor it to that. I actually did find some screenshots, so you have an idea. Oh, sorry, we have to go through the shimmering of what it looks like because of the so many functions that it actually has. It does have a lot more features. In this case, we're looking at a marketing screenshot for Infusionsoft. It integrates social media, really big on that, online advertising. As you can see, it's e-commerce, right? You still got the telemarketing, you still got the direct marketing, and you still got the personal sales, but really the bulk is for marketing is online. This is their dashboard. As you can see, there's a lot. There are a lot of functions that you can actually look at here. Okay, and this is one of their this is the lead nurturing that I referred to earlier. This is one of their pages where you can see where it's all sort of really integrated and quite intricate, right? Okay, so the fact is, I guess Blue really wanted to make you aware that for CRM, it's not just for real estate. It can also apply to businesses. And I'm glad actually that he made me do the presentation. Although at the start I was like, what again? I already did mine. But and I think the reason why he asked me to do it is I'm interested to go into business, although it's going to be quite a while yet, maybe about 3 or 4 years. But for someone who's starting off as a sole proprietorship, and actually the product that I'm interested in is this. This is what I make. This is what I do. This is my passion. It's beachwear. That's my friend. And dress that she's wearing is what I would like to actually go into. So if, let's say, I can afford the 2,000 to 500 every month, I would actually opt to buy Infusionsoft because it solves a lot of problems. It will probably eliminate a lot of problems when it comes to the human error. Because of course I can't afford to hire a whole payroll team, and then if I don't get Infusionsoft, I'm going to need to do all that myself. Infusionsoft actually thinks for you. So in terms of small business owners, it takes a lot of those tasks out of their hands. So yeah, so that's Infusionsoft, a totally different dimension from what we've been discussing, but really an eye-opener when it comes to how Americans do business. A lot more Americans are actually doing business, and surprisingly, a lot of the big businesses encourage small businesses. Like, for example, American Express, they have what they call their Small Business Saturday, which is in November, and they encourage the small businesses. In the Philippines here, I mean, it's not as well known, but since we'll be working with American clients, bosses, we may encounter this kind of thing, and just for us to be aware of the different tool systems that are out there, the way that they do business is still really quite important. So that's it. That's InfusionSoft.
All right. Cool. Thanks, Jen.
Welcome.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, any questions?
Nope.
What's the name of the friend?
My friend's name? Ika.
She's hot.
She is. I'll have
All
new
right.
pictures this month.
Wow. Everyone, let's end this now, and let's meet through Skype.
Okay.
Okay. All right. See ya.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Jen. Bye. Jen, don't forget to save the recording, okay?
Yeah. When I stop it, it'll automatically go on save, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yep. 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 Yep.